Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I am so excited to sit down today and talk to you about one of my very favorite things, and that would be blush. I've been wanting to do a sheer blush video for a while now, just because of a blush that I pulled during one of my Shop My Stashes. I was like, I want to do a sheer blush video. I don't know about you guys, but I love a good sheer blush. I mean, I have lots of pigmented blushes that I also really enjoy, but I don't know if it's because I can spend more time applying sheer blush, like just enjoy the application process and not worry about it becoming too much, but or if that's just the reason why I like it so much. It might be the reason. But I really do have a soft spot in my heart for a good sheer blush that gives you just the perfect kiss of color on your cheeks without stressing you out, you know, without you being like super careful with what you're doing. So I'm gonna go through some of those. I have drugstore and high-end. I have cream, liquid, and powder. Just one powder blush though. The rest of them are cream and liquid. Before I start going on about all the blushes, my tea of the day is I made myself a hojicha latte, which yeah, this kind of looks milky. I know you guys can kind of see it there. And what I did was I brewed up some hojicha, which hojicha is roasted green tea. You can drink it plain. It's wonderful. Again, it has that super delicious homey toasty flavor. But there's something about it that's really good when you add a little bit of sweetener to it and put it in a latte. It becomes a whole thing. Like, I know there's like hojicha ice cream. It's a thing. And so today I was craving something sweet, and it's really hitting the spot. So I'm not actually wearing any blush right now, and that's because I'm gonna be cheek swatching for you all of the blushes that I'm mentioning today. I have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blushes I will be showing to you in real time on my face. Let us start with the one that started this whole idea of showing you from my collection my favorite sheer blushes. I know there's more out there that I have not tried. These are just the ones I have. So from Neutrogena, this is the Healthy Skin Blush in the shade Rosy. So I initially picked this up because I heard Jessica Braun talking about this blush, or maybe it was Taylor Wynn, one of the two of them. I'm happy to say this one is still around. Sometimes these things come and go pretty quickly, but this one you can still pick it up. I found mine at Walmart. I could give you a swatch before I actually put it on. So it has a very peachy base with perhaps some gold shimmer in it. So there is how it looks swatched in my hand. You can see it definitely has some radiance to it, but it's not super highlightery, which I do prefer a blush that doesn't go too far into the highlight category. So I'm gonna load up my little brush. I'm just using a SL Miss Glam blush brush, and I did put quite a bit on my brush. Oh, what do I have on my face right there? Was that smeared lip gloss? I don't know what that was. Anyway, okay, we got that going. All right, let's put on this blush. This is one of those blushes where you can put it on, you're like, I don't think it's doing anything, and then you get it on your face and you go, oh, look at that cute little kiss of color. I really enjoy this one. Oh, it's great if you love subtle makeup or subtle blush in general. So boom, we're done with that side. Look at how pretty that is. Yeah, this one just catches me by surprise. It's not one that I have reached for very often, or like, I think I've had this and sitting in my stash for like 2 years, and I feel like I have just rediscovered it. I will certainly be reaching for this more this summer. Okay, we're gonna leave that there, come on over to this side, and I'm gonna do another drugstore blush. So another one that I picked up at Walmart. So this is from Profusion, and it's relatively new. This is their new liquid blush. They call this the Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush. I have mine in the shade Rosé, and it has kind of a super fun way that you apply it. So it has this little twist off top with this like little sponge so that when you shake it, it soaks the sponge and you just can kind of apply it. So I'm gonna quick shake it up, make sure I got it shook up really well. Now, all of these sheer blushes, I can't say that today, that I'm going to show you, you can really go sheer with them. Give yourself like the tiniest kiss of color. I'm gonna try and put on enough so you guys can actually see the color and see the finish. Just know you can go more sheer. So I'm gonna show you this first on the back of my hand. So there is, it's like, it looks kind of peachy, doesn't it? Even though the shade is rosé. And with this, I just like to go in right here, dab it on, and I'm just gonna use my fingers for this one. And it's as easy as that. There we go. But the more I touch it, it's not leaving like a fingerprint mark. You know what I'm talking about? I've experienced that with blushes before where you kind of touch it and you're like, oh, okay, I like lifted it off my face. No, it's staying in place really well. It's not sticky. My skin does feel kind of juicy and plumped up on this side and on both sides. There's no line of delineation. Like I look in the mirror and I'm just like, ooh, I love my blush. So again, this was the Neutrogena side, and this was the Profusion liquid blush side. Let me know down in the comments, have you tried these? What do you think? I'm gonna quick wipe these off. I'll try on 2 more. All right, blushes are wiped off. BB cream is reapplied. Let's talk about another liquid blush. This one is high end. This is from Natasha Denona. This is the Puff Paint. I have the shade Darya, which is described as a coral pink color. This is really, really sheer, but in like the most beautiful way. It's not the type of thing where you put it on and you're like, what happened? It's just really, really easily layerable with other things. So there we go, the shade Darya. For this one, I'm gonna use a e.l.f. the air stipple brush, and you can just see how, like, there you go. And you saw that I was not shy when applying it. I really just kind of dabbed it on without a whole lot of thought and precision, and it is just really, really easy to use. And I don't think the color, oh my goodness, I'm having troubles today. I don't think the color is too coral. I think it's more pink than coral, especially when sheared out like this. I think it's a really wearable color. And again, this is another one where I don't have any issues when I touch it, if it creating like fingerprints. I feel like it's like almost like a tint where it has tinted my cheeks. It's not sitting on top. It has become part of my face. Really, really enjoy that one. Now for this side, let's go to one of my favorite blushes ever. I couldn't not mention it. I might have used too many negatives in that sentence. I had to mention it, okay? And that is the MAC Glow Play blush in the shade So Natural. And again, I'm just to keep questions from happening, yes, I do have my lid taped on. I got mine at TJ Maxx, and I'm wondering if these were at TJ Maxx just because of some packaging issues, because immediately mine like fell apart. So mine is taped together, but the product is fine. So I quick did some swatches. I think I forgot to show you, this was the Natasha Denona Darya shade. This is the MAC Glow Play in So Natural. It does have a tiny bit of radiance to it, like little itty bitty bits of shimmer. So if you want a completely matte blush, this might not be your thing, but it's not something that I really notice with this one. And this one is a beautiful, natural, pinky brown, peachy color. And I'm always surprised how well it shows up on my skin as blush, considering how neutral it is. Anyway, look again, I know the blush is called So Natural. Isn't that like the perfect name for that blush? So on this side, again, MAC So Natural, Natasha Denona Puff Paint in the shade Darya. All right, for round 3, I'll be right back. All right, I also totally forgot to mention that I do have a little bit of powder on my face just because I'm pretty glowy today with the combination of sunscreen and BB cream. So all of these blushes that are going down over a light dusting of powder. I've never had a problem with any of these blushes used in combination with powder. So that is also a good thing to note as well. Okay, next blush is this one from Rare Beauty. This one got kind of varied reviews. People either enjoyed it or didn't. I like it. I think it's a nice sheer blush. I have the shade Nearly Neutral, and of course it comes in the cutest little Polly Pocket packaging. If you want the most sheer application of this blush, use your finger. I actually have, using a blush before, been able to get pretty pigmented application of this blush, but this one really, really, really sheer if you just use your finger for like the most gentle kiss of color. And just so you guys can see it a little bit more, I'm gonna add a little bit more. Yeah, I really enjoy that. If you are someone who likes a sheer blush, who is interested in, I don't know, the concept of this kind of like a melty, it's a very interesting texture. And of course, that's not even mentioning the adorable packaging. I think it's cute. If you're looking for a more pigmented blush, none of these are going to be your go-to, but I really think it's adorable. I really like it. It gave a very nice watercolor effect. There's no harsh lines. Okay, the next two that I'm mentioning, oh wait, before I do that, let's swatch this like I did all the other ones. I keep forgetting to do that. I want to show you my finished swatch hand at the end. So that's where we are so far. That's the Rare Beauty Nearly Neutral right there. Okay, next blush. This one I kind of snuck in because of the shade that I have. I don't actually know if the other shades are this sheer. All I know is this shade is, and currently it is discontinued or limited edition. I have no idea if it's coming back. This was in a little set from Fenty Beauty. So this is the shade Peach Face, and I found this is sheer when applied with your fingers or with a brush. So I'm just gonna use my finger. It's a tiny little mirror in this. I'm just gonna use this, and here we go. This one, you can see, also has shimmer in it. Like initially, it's kind of a scary color, but actually applied, it is a beautiful peach color, but also quite sheer. Anybody know out there, are the rest of these shades sheer? I would love to know. So the side was the Rare Beauty not melting moment. What did I call this? The melting blush in the shade Nearly Neutral, Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. Yep, in the shade Peach Face. All right, last but not least, oops, sorry, my camera was moving back and forth there, is a fan favorite for a lot of people, the e.l.f. Putty Blush. So I only have one shade. I have the shade Tahiti. I have heard that the deeper shades of this are actually quite pigmented. So again, it might be based on shades, but I have found this shade to be quite sheer. So that is the shade Tahiti in the e.l.f. Putty Blush. Let's go ahead and apply. I'm going to do it first on one side. This will just be the blush I wear today. I am going to do my fingers over here. See how sheerly that is applying? The first time I used this, I was actually really surprised at how sheer it was. I added a bit more so you guys could see it a little bit better. So there we have it, a couple layers of just finger application of the e.l.f. Tahiti blush. I do think that you can get a much more pigmented version of this blush if you go in with a dense brush, something like this. I'm gonna try it with that dense brush on my other cheek. Actually, it's applying more sheerly than I thought it would. There, that is a nice, bright, springy color, and I'm happy to leave that on for the day. So that was the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Tahiti. Okay, let's run down the swatches again. This was the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush in the shade Rosy, the Profusion Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush in the shade Rosé, the Natasha Denona Puff Paint in the shade Darya, MAC, oh no, what's it called? Glow Play Blush in the shade So Natural, the Rare Beauty Blush in the shade Nearly Neutral. Ooh, I forgot to swatch the Fenty one. I'll do that real quick here. The e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Tahiti, and the Fenty Freestyle Cheeks Out Cream Blush. And again, this one, I don't know if it'll become available again. In that swatch, it looks a bit more pigmented than the other ones, doesn't it? But the second you start to sheer it out, it's very sheer. Anyway, those are my favorite sheer blushes from my collection. Please let me know down below what your favorite sheer blushes are. I would love to hear your recommendations. You guys know I love to chat about blush. It's a happy subject here on my channel. And I just really appreciate you guys for stopping by and visiting with me today, for watching this video. Thank you again so much for subscribing and being such a positive little community here on this channel. I really appreciate you all. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered to say. So I had a giveaway several videos back, and I have been trying to contact the winner of that giveaway. Please check your notifications if you entered in that giveaway. I'm already on to my second person. The first person I waited over, I think it was 5 or 6 days for them to respond. So then I chose a second winner, and I think it's already been 5 or 6 days again. So at this point, I'm gonna have to choose a third person. I'm gonna wait till this video goes up to try, hope maybe that person will finally see the notification that I responded to their comment. I know there's been a lot of scammers going around saying, congratulations, you've won. Just look at who the person is making the comment. You can tell if it's me, General Stash, making the comment and not some weird other secondary channel name. If it's my channel name making the comment that you won, it's from me. Just send me a message on Instagram if I have told you that you are the winner. I can't send it to you if I don't have your address. So please respond to my comment. All right, I am so glad that I remembered to say that. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye.